Alright guys, I wanted to give you a small update on the S2000. I've been working hard on updating and making it better. As you see, I started with the Maguire Ultimate Black, and I cleaned half the shroud. Look at the difference on not clean and clean. So I started, the first thing I did was I cleaned my engine bay up, cleaned everything up. That's all said and done. And so what I did is I ended up Maguiring, cleaning all this, getting under, cleaning all the engine bay stuff up. Notice the coils put in. This is an old photo. Notice the old radiators hose here. This is before I installed the Mishimoto hose. I ended up getting alignment for the car. The reason I had to get alignment is I added the Spoon Sport rigid subframes to the car, and I had to get the car realigned. We also put Wicked 1 rear suspension bump bars in the rear, so I had to get an alignment done. And this is me at treads getting my car aligned. It was kind of interesting. My car's really low, and I had to drive it on the lift. They had to put like 3 or 4 things of wood, but I got it right on there, and it wasn't too much of an issue, so that was good. And the main thing that I installed was this Blade Sport header. It goes along with our Blade Sport motor mount. You notice the motor, it's pretty clean under here. I got underneath and I cleaned all the gunk and all the junk off it. And the cool thing about this header is it takes a factory heat shield. So it looks like an OEM header even though it's not. And it actually made a huge difference. So these are the main mods I put in. So I put the Blade Sport header. We put the Blade Sport 70mm throttle body. We also put the Blade Sport cam gear for the timing chain. These are the Wicked 1 rear bump bars. Mario from Rogue Motorsport helped me install everything. He's by far the most helpful S2000 mechanic I've run into. He's a pretty good guy. He's all about the money, but he does a good work. He actually measured them before he put him in, and he was really close on the alignment from measuring. My alignment wasn't really off that bad. And these are the Spoon Sport rigid collars. So you have half of them go in the front and the other half go in the back, and you basically drop your subframe, and this goes in between your subframe to make the car stiffer, and you don't get as much road noise. So this was the Blade Sport header in the bag before I installed it. And then this is a photo again of the cam gear installed. Look how clean my valve train is in my car. This is because I used that Pennzoil synthetic oil, the 10W30. My motors feels a lot better, which is the all motor mods. It definitely gave it a big kick in the 4,000 RPM range. I definitely need to get a tune or supercharger now. I'm really itching for a supercharger, just money-wise. Again, look at the fitment. See, I didn't actually clean this yet. There's a strap tie. I went back in and cleaned all this junk off, but you'll notice the fitment's actually really good with the blade header. It's not hitting or smashing. We went through and made sure like the O2 sensor's not hitting. It gets really close to the motor mount, but it does not hit. It's actually a good fitment. And again, here's the other photo of it fitting exactly before the heat shield's put on. So it's gonna air off and let some smell off for a little while, but it may be burned for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes of just like, the coating. Because I believe it's stainless, I believe, or stainless steel, I believe, or ceramic steel. I don't know, I forget. But it has like a special coating on it for it, so you don't need to heat wrap the header, which is cool. And then this is my car from underneath. So we ended up installing the Hks Coilovers. And here's with the Megan differentials we had last time. I went ahead and polished and cleaned my exhaust. And these are the Wicked 1 bump steer bars from underneath. You notice that they go on the bottom here instead of across. So it's to prevent the car from, getting sideways, because the AP1s are notorious for having a really bad steering in the rear. And so I installed the coilovers myself, and they weren't too bad. I just had a problem with one of the bolts was stripped out, but I ended up fixing it. So I'm probably gonna do my brakes, my brake pads, and I want to get stainless steel brake lines next. And then I'm gonna start probably doing an autocross just to kind of fill things out, and then I'll probably take it to the track after, and then maybe supercharge. We'll see. So I also ended up installing with the help of Mario and the Mishimoto radiator lines. So front and back side, the radiator lines. I got the coil from last time, and then I just did a detailing and cleaning the engine bay, just to the best of my abilities. And the motor oil is still perfect. Everything's great. I have a little video to show you of the car in action. So here you go. So I just cleaned it with cleaned like the shrouds. See, I went under here and I cleaned all that junk off. Remember how dirty it was earlier? I was kind of sticking the camera, kind of showing you the fitment on the Blade Sport I'm actually really happy with their products so far. Their products have been really good. The throttle body fit perfectly. It works well. The Blade Sport timing chain sensor was perfect. No, I have no problems. The car runs really well. The only thing that you'll notice, this is not hooked up. That's from the AEM intake, but we also strap tied the map sensor, which is another common hack you want to do. I never had any issues with it, but it's kind of better safe than sorry. So the Mishimoto radiator lines are installed perfectly. The only thing, I spilled a little bit of coolant on them, so they smelled. I kept smelling coolant in my car, and I wasn't leaking anything, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And I had a little bit on the line, so when they're heating up, I was smelling it. And then just, cleaning everything up. So I'm showing the Hks Coilovers installed. They're at, I believe, 6 or 7 in the front. And then this is the Hks coils installed all around. And I'm going to show you the rear of the car. And I've been like waxing and detailing the car. As you can see, it's still pretty waxy. I still got the ugly Ap2 rims. So I polished my rear exhaust and used the black stuff on the rear. So it's the differential mounts. And you can see the little blue or the Wicked One bump steer kits in the rears. And you can't really see the Spoon Sport rigid collars. They're actually under the main bolts all around the car, so you can't see them. But I promise you, they're there. It made the car a lot better, and you can see my Tanabe medallion, a little dusty. But I've been driving the car a lot, and it's really woke the car up. I mean, the car from like 4,000 to like 6 was like kind of slow till you hit, oh god, VTEC. But just doing these all-motor mods have really increased the performance of the car. It's so much more fun to drive. I definitely need to tune it, because I think if I tune it with these mods, I'll probably get anywhere from maybe like 5 or 6 horsepower more, maybe 10, depending, what I do or what I tune with. I'm still undecided on what I want to do next. So I'm either going to tune rims and tires. I definitely need tires. Or save up for a supercharger. Because I already have like pretty much all the all-motor stuff done. I got intake header, exhaust, throttle body. I got the cam gear. I got the Ap2 valves. I got the baffle pan. I got the clutch, the flywheel. I got everything kind of ready to go. But this car has been a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this car a lot. If you don't own a Honda S2000, I highly recommend you look to get one if you have the money. They're so much fun. I've been taking my friends for rides, and all my friends have really liked the car so far. Like, wow, it looks better in person. I've heard that. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of scratches and stuff. I mean, it's a 17-year-old car, but everyone I give a ride to really enjoys riding in the car. So that's my update on the S2000 so far. Leave a comment, like the video, share it. Let me know what you want me to do next or what you recommend. And I'll see you guys in the next one.